Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to today's lesson. Can I just remind everybody to turn off your video, and we'll be going through a checklist for you just so you can remember to do all the right things, which is called the G2 class etiquettes, and we'll go there in a second. So can I just request to just bear with me? I have actually made a list of students, of those students that have never been chosen or hardly ever been chosen, maybe once. So I will go through the list. You can lower your hands. You can only put up your hand if you have actually never had the mic for anything whatsoever. Only then put up your hand, but not in the video, just virtually, in the online version, basically, not in real life. So yeah, so then that way I can check if that's the same as on my list. So I have quite a long list for the students that have never had a chance to read anything. And I'm just going to double check if the ones that are raising their hand are really those ones that have never had the mic. Okay, so the first one that's raising the hand is A5146. And on my list, I actually don't have you there. So I'm not going to choose you just yet. I'll give the mic to somebody else. A5147. I don't have you in my list as well. It doesn't say that you've never had the mic. Let's see. Oh yes, A5127. Okay, so you have never had the mic. Assalamu alaikum. A5127, can you hear me? Assalamu alaikum. A5127. Can you say something if you can hear me? Okay, so no response. I'll write that down. No response from A5127. Okay, so that's okay. We can try somebody else. Let's have a look. Who else? A5143. You're not on my list either. Then the next one is, sorry for the background noise. My little one's just slurping away on something. A5, let's see who else I haven't got here. A5, 1, let's see, A5132. Okay, but this is a little bit tricky. Okay, I'll try and choose one of the girls that had never read before. So N6174, it says that you have only read once before. Okay, I'm just looking for those that have never had the mic before. So N6138, if I can find you, if you're here. Okay, so as you can see, this does take quite a lot of time. And it is a little bit tricky. So what I will do is I will just go ahead with the first one that's raising the hand, A5146. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. A5146. Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Right. So A5146. Can you please start with this the prayers at the start of the class, please? Are you still there? There's quite a lot of noise in your background. Assalamu alaikum. Can you not hear me? Okay, I will have to mute you because there's a lot of noise and you should be studying in a place that's quiet. So I'll note that down, quiet, loud environment. Okay, and we will try somebody else. Assalamu alaikum. N6159.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. N6159. So did you raise your hand because you've never had the mic before?
I've only had it once.
Okay, right. So can you please start with this, with A'udhu Billah and Bismillah, Dawuz and Tasmiyah, and then read this, please. Do you want to read it by yourself or you want to repeat after me?
I'll read it by myself.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري.
Yes, translation.
Lord, expand my mind and make my task easy for me.
Okay, excellent. Jazakumullah. So you've been so so today I want you to listen carefully because we want to talk about class etiquettes and manners. So these are things that I think you might be able actually to download this this etiquette sheet and this good manners sheet. And these are things that we as teachers expect from you students in every lesson and before every lesson, which is, and you're also older than the G1 students. So for you, what we expect is that before the lesson, you do your wuzu, you cover your head either with a dupatta as a girl or with a topi if you're a boy, but you have to cover your head. You have to sit with an adult, so try not do this lesson or any of the lessons all by yourself. Have a mom, dad, or both with you. Make sure that your audio is off when you log in, and make sure that your video especially is off. We still get people that still have the videos on. We want you to log in with the correct ID. So I can still see students that have signed in with the wrong IDs. People are writing explanations in there like I have only read once, or stuff like that. There is actually quite a few that have done it today. So I'm going to remove all of you once I've read this etiquette, and when you have changed your name back to what it's supposed to be, you can come back to the class. Now that all of these etiquettes are for before the lesson. Now during the lesson, we have some expectations as well. We want you to listen attentively to the class proceedings. So I just spoke to a student and there was a lot of background noise. There was a lot of loud noises coming from the background. I don't know if the TV was on, but people were talking and siblings you could hear and playing. And, sometimes it's difficult to avoid those situations because you only have one place where you can use your laptop or your computer. But try to minimize that and try to listen attentively to the class. Keep your hands down, so don't put your hands up. Keep them down unless you are requested and asked to do so. So if your teacher asks you to raise your hand for whatever reason, then please do it. Otherwise, don't raise your hand. And please don't just leave the classroom just because you feel like you've learned enough or it's now time to leave. You have to wait for permission by your teachers before you're allowed to leave the classroom. So once your teacher says Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, this is the end of the meeting, or whatever, to tell you that the meeting has been ended, that's when you're allowed to leave. We still get a few students leave before the teacher has actually signed out, so that is not acceptable. After the lesson, you're supposed to and expected to revise. You're expected to revise what you've learned within the lesson. So right after is the best time because it's still fresh. And also you should complete the assigned homework right after the lesson if possible, because it's still fresh and it will be easier to do. And if there are still questions that haven't been answered, or you're unclear about something, or you want to notify us of something, then you can always use this email address. which is quite straightforward. info@nqc.org.uk. So I hope that was good to understand. So I will close this now because I don't want my files to freeze as they have done in the past a few times. Okay, so today what I want to talk about is rules of waqf. This is lesson number 2. So this is the second new thing that we'll be learning, new big thing. And basically, I think we all know about this, but this is just basically revision. And for those of you that don't know about this, don't worry. We will learn from the beginning, so it's fine. There's 10 various cases when we have to do waqf. Waqf means to pause. So there's different examples that I have highlighted, which we will talk about. So for example, you run out of breath, or you're asked to only read a certain amount, or this box comes up at the end of the verse, so to say, then that is where you make the waqf. That's where you make the pause. So that's what we will be looking at. There's 10 different cases where you have to make, there's 10 different cases of how to do a pause, because you could be making a pause at different places where there's a shadda, where there is alif in the, in the end, maybe kasra. There's all kinds of different things that you have to look out for. And the first one that we will be learning today is actually quite straightforward and easy. It's about fatha, dhamma, and kasra. If it's the words ending on fatha, or if it's ending on dhamma where you're making the pause, or if it's, on kasra or on dhamma, fatha, kasra, dhamma. So that's what this is what we will be talking about today, inshallah. So please listen carefully. So case 1 for making the right, for doing the pause on the right, for doing the right pause, the right waqf, is, let me just close this. So fatha will change into a sukoon. So for example, in this example, it says, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, dhalika. Okay, so the word is dhalika. And if you want to make a pause after dhalika, you say dhalik. So the fatha stroke will be replaced with a sukoon. This is the sukoon. It looks like a dhamma, but it's not a dhamma. It's a sukoon. So dhalika, when you make a pause, turns into dhalik. And kasra, so that was fatha. When you make a pause where there's a kasra in the last word, then yaumi, this is an example. So kasra turns also into a sukoon. So all three, fatha, dhamma, kasra, they all turn into sukoons. So here the example is yaumi, and if you want to make a pause, that turns into yaum, like here, yaum. And the same applies to dhamma, the same that applied to fatha and kasra as well. If it says na'budu, or any word where the last letter where you want to make a pause, it has a dhamma, like here, then that also turns into a sukoon, like this one, and like that one, and this one. So this example is na'budu, na'budu. So if you want to make a pause there and you don't want to carry on reading, then you say na'bud. Okay. So I think so far you have learned about kalkala. So this obviously is a dal with a sukoon, which is a kalkala letter. So you have to say that with a jumping sound in this instance. Na'bud, like that. And just one thing to look out for, please listen carefully, is something that Hafizab actually is explaining in this video. So please listen carefully. I'll be playing this now.
Case 16. Ya with the stroke will be treated as a consonant. It is not a lean letter. Okay. The last letter is a ya. Math wash. If there is is a no alif case 16, ya with a stroke will be treated as a consonant. It is not a lean letter. Okay, the last letter is a ya. Mathwaj. If there is a no alif before that, then it will be a lean letter. Mathwai. But because there is a letter of prolongation, it will be treated as a consonant. Mathwaj. Innahu Rabbi ahsana maswaj. Fa. Mathwaj. Maswaj. Okay. Kamal, last line. Second.
Okay, so I think if you want to listen to this again, you can search on YouTube. You can search for Al-Tartil lesson 43, which is this lesson that we are just looking at. And it starts the explanation of what I'm about to talk about. It starts at about 20 minutes, I think 20 minutes and 26 seconds. Sorry, my son is here. Okay, so if you haven't understood this, okay, my son is present, so I'm just trying to sort him out at the same time so he doesn't make noise. So what Hafiz just explained, I can explain that to you as well in my own words. And basically what it is, you've learned last week about letters, lean letters. Remember, lean letters are waw and ya. And if there is a fatha before, like here, this is a fatha before ya, then we say it for 2 seconds prolonged. So we would be saying, if this was a letter of lean, mathway for 2 seconds. But because because there's also alif in between, okay, there's an alif in between, we will be prolonging that and we won't read it like a letter of lean, okay? So we'll be saying mathway, like that, not mathway, not like that, mathway, okay, like that. I hope that's clear. And also one thing is, accidentally this file says ha mutaharrik, but there's no ha here, you can't see a ha. So this is actually supposed to be, cross that out, this is supposed to be a ya mutaharrik, a ya with a harkat, with a stroke, with a fatha, like this one. Okay, so I hope this is clear. And as I said, I will be removing the students that have not signed in with the correct ID. And somebody has said, I have a question. So I'm going to, I'm going to put you in the waiting room. When you've changed your ID, then you can come back in the class and you can send your questions to the Nqc email address. Okay. Okay, so I think they have just changed the name. That's good. That's what I want to see. A5167, you have some sort of smiley face behind your name. So you'll be going in the waiting room for now. And let me just see who else is there. Okay. Okay, so we will be carrying on with the lesson. I hope this was clear. This is not supposed to be ha mutaharrik, this is supposed to be ya mutaharrik. So a letter with a stroke, letter of ya with a stroke. So we will be going to Al-Rahman, and sorry, I have made some, I've just highlighted some words that I want us to go through. So I will be looking out for students that have not read today. I have a long list in front of me of students' names that I wrote down that haven't read today, and I want to make sure that I choose those ones that first that have never read. So that will just bear with me. I'm just going to go through the list. So please just wait a few moments. Okay, so 1, 5. Okay. And 6. Let's have a look. 1, 4, 2. I have N6141, but let's see if you're here. N6, N6, N13, N1638. Let me see. N1, N6138. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Where have you gone? I just had you N6. Assalamu alaikum. Are you there? No? Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, Sam.
What's your ID?
Mine.
Yes.
Oh, N1638.
Are you sure it's N1638, not N6138?
Yeah, it says N1638.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. So I just want to make sure. Please change your ID because I want to just mute you now, and you need to go in the waiting room. You need to have the right ID, okay? So please, everybody, make sure that you have the right. Make sure that you have the right ID. And don't ask your questions in the ID. How do I find the lesson for homework and all that? Please change it to what it's supposed to be, and you can find out how to download the homework on your PDF that you should have been able to download. And let me see who else is there. I would like to choose someone, but for some reason, all the ones that I have here, I can't find. I can't find on the list. So let's try again. N6175. Okay, they're not here. N6171. They're not there. N6163. N6163. Not there. Please lower your hands, everybody. Okay. I'm just going through the list myself now. N6156. Let's have a look. N6156. Not there. N6147. N6147 is not there. Okay. N6141. No, I can't. Not there. But there is 2 N6142, so I'll just. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. What's your ID?
N6142.
Okay, but have you signed in from another device because your ID is there twice?
No, that's my brother's device. I've changed it now.
Oh, okay. So I can. There's a lot of echo in the background. I don't know if it's because you've got 2 devices. Can you just say something?
We've got 2 devices in one room.
Okay. So can you just turn off one of the devices? Maybe the other one, not the one that you're using with me now. Turn off the other one and then ask, and then just write your brother's ID next to your ID, so that that way we know that 2 children are present. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to carry on with you. Please start with Ta'awuz and Tasmiya, and then I want you to read those. Actually, have you understood what I just explained?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, so what what do you do when you see that there is a word ending on a fatha, like this one, ذَلِكَ?
You put a sound on it.
You put a sukoon instead of the fatha. So
Okay.
the fatha gets replaced with a sukoon. So ذَلِكَ turns into ذَلِك. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay, and what the same thing applies when there is a kasra. When it says yaumi and you want to make a pause, what do you turn the kasra into?
Sukoon.
Yes, exactly. And so yaumi turns into
Yom.
yaum, exactly. And the same applies to dhamma as well. If you have this word, for example, na'budu, and you want to make a pause, what do you say?
Not Buddha.
Exactly, yes. Well done. You've done the kalkula as well. Na'bud. Excellent, mashallah. Well done. So I can hear you much better now. Have you signed off from the other device?
Yeah, my brother's on that now.
He's still on the other device.
No, like we've changed it.
Okay, yes. So you just need to make sure that you change your ID as well and put your brother's ID next to your one, okay? So I'll just write down what your ID is. Your ID is N6142, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So please start with A'udhu Billah and Bismillah and read this, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Okay.
الرحمن.
Excellent. So what I want you to do is, you've chosen the right word. Well done. I want you to read the first. I want you to first read it the way it's written, Ar-Rahmanu, and then I want you to read it with waqf, with pause. Okay. So this first example I can show you. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Ar-Rahmanu, and with waqf it's Ar-Rahman. So you can just read it one after the other. Ar-Rahmanu. Ar-Rahman. Okay?
Okay.
So this next one, this box, please. You can start with alif, al.
Al-Quran. Al-Quran.
Okay, excellent. And this one?
Al-Bayana. Al-Bayan.
Excellent. And one more?
Wal-Kamaru. Wal-Kamar.
Can you read this again, please?
Wal-Kamaru bihusbanin. Wal-Kamaru bihusban.
Just up to just this box that I have made. This box up to the ra. Wal qamaru.
Wal-Kamaru.
Yes.
Wal-Kamar.
Excellent. And can you read this as well?
Al-Miyaz. No, sorry.
This one. This one.
Yasjadani.
Can you try again?
You. Yasjudani.
Yes.
Yasjudan.
Okay, excellent. Did you just get some help from somebody in the background?
No.
Okay, that's good. That's fine. So I think you've understood the concept, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's fine. Okay, good. So I'm going to I will mute you now, okay? And Jazakumullah, and I will choose somebody else for this task. The next student, I will have to go through my list again. I don't have a support teacher with me today, so I'm trying to cope myself. So please bear with me. You'll be my support teacher. Okay, so I will look at my list and see if any of the students on my list are in class today. The problem is that the students that have never read are usually the ones that are not in class. So it's, let's have a look. There is Atfal, A5, A5152, A5175 is, I can't find them here on my list. A5156, A51, no, A51, no, not. It's usually the ones that are missing that have never read. A5161, you're not on my list. Let's have a look. A5160, no, you're not there. A5155, oh yes, you're there. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. A5155, can you hear me? Assalamu alaikum. Okay, so there's no response. I will write that down. A5155, no response. I will mark that down. And no response. So I will mute you now, and I'll try somebody else that's on my list. Let's see, A5132. Let's see, A5127. I will try you again. We didn't have a reply from you before. Assalamu alaikum. A5127, can you hear me? Assalamu alaikum. No response. Okay. A5132, are you in? Let's have a look. A5132. No, you're not in. Okay. Okay, then I will try the girls that have never had the chance to read. N6138. 138. I can't see you in the list. Okay. N6147, are you there? Let's have a look. Okay, so this is taking quite a lot of time. I think it would be quicker if those students, girls and boys at Atfal and Nasirat that have never had the mic or only had the mic once can please raise their hands. That would help me because we're just, you know, it's just taking too long without a support teacher that way. So the first on my list is the person that didn't reply twice, so I'll choose the next one. Assalamu alaikum.
I dare you to press it. You have to put your hand.
Assalamu alaikum, can you hear me? Can you hear me? A5124, can you hear me? Assalamu alaikum. I can hear you. Can you please say something? I don't know if you're being shy, but yeah, can you? Assalamu alaikum. Why are you being shy? You don't need to be scared or anything. It's fine. We're all here to learn. You need to say something because I can hear you breathe. Can you say something? Assalamu alaikum. A5124. Say something. I know that you're there.
Shall we go?
Yes, assalamu alaikum. Okay, I'm really happy that you're speaking now. So you don't need to worry that everything's fine. I'm here to help, okay?
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. So you're A5124, so nobody knows your name. You don't need to worry. So have you understood what I just explained? Or is it a little bit confusing?
It's a little bit confusing.
That's okay. Should I just try again one more time?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So basically what I explained is So when you're reading the Quran, and sometimes you want to make a pause, obviously, because we don't have endless breath. So if you want to make a pause because you've run out of breath in the middle of a long verse, or because there is the full stop verse ending, like this one here, so you would make a pause there as well. So if any of those things happen and you need to make a pause, then it helps to know what happens to the last letter. So as you can see is this here, let me just choose something that I haven't marked anything. So for example, if you have read this starting from here, you've read all of this, all of this, all of this, and now you see that you need to make a pause here because there's the verse ending. Then you also always look at the last letter that has something on top. In this case, it's a ra with a fatha, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you didn't make a pause and you just were to kept on reading, it would be saqar, saqara. But you want to, but you need to find out what are you supposed to do when you make a pause and there is a fatha on top, a line on top of the letter. So if that's the case, then you need to know that if there is a line on top of the word, the last word that you're reading, then that word turns into a word with the last letter having a sukoon. So in this case, saqara would be turned into saqar because you're making a pause. So the fatha on top of the ra, the stroke on top of the ra, that would turn into a sukoon. Saqar. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the same thing would happen if the last letter would have a kasra, like here, a stroke underneath. So bil basari, that would turn, if you make a pause here, that would turn into bil basar. And the same thing would happen if there was a so fatha dama and kasra, if there was a word with that was ending on kasra, like this one.
Yes.
So you would, if you were to continuously read, you would say fa'aluhu fi, like this. But if you want to make a pause, you don't say fa'aluhu, you say fa'aluh, because a sukoon turns into the dhamma turns into a sukoon. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if it doesn't make sense, you can ask me again, and I can explain it again. But for now, I think it would be good if you practice this, and it will be more clearer to you, inshallah. So I want you to read. Start with Bismillah, and then I want you to first read this word that's in the yellow box. I want you to read that as if you were to carry on reading. So read it with the line underneath. And then once you've done that, then read it as if you're making a pause here, okay?
Okay.
So start
أعوذ
with,
بالله
okay, yeah, that's fine.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بالقسط.
Okay, excellent. Can I just remind you that one stroke means 1 second. So don't prolong the dot. Don't prolong this letter. Can you try again?
بالقسط.
Yes, that was better. Bilqisti. Excellent. And now, what would you do if you want to make a pause after this dot? How do you say it?
بالقسط.
So this kasra in the scenario that you want to make a pause here after the ta. So this ta ka jo kasra, the kasra underneath, that turns into a sukoon. So is it read in that case? So there's no kasra underneath. You imagine that there is a sukoon on top now.
بالقسط.
No. A sukoon is this one. This is this little guy here. Bilqist, like this. Bilqist.
بالقسط.
Yes, excellent. And can you read this word starting with al? First of all, you read it the way it's written. Then you read it as if there is no fatha and there's only a sukoon on top.
Okay. La mizan.
Yes, al. This is al. There's a alif as well. Al.
Al mizan.
Yes. So you've already read it with the pause, which is excellent. So, but if there's no pause, if you want to continuously read, how do you read this?
Al mizan. Zanawa.
Yes, like that. Al-mizana, like that. But you have made it, done it correctly the first time. When you make a pause, read it one more time and make a pause after the noon.
Okay.
Al.
Al-mizana. Al-mizana.
No. Remember that this fatha, you need to imagine that that turns into a sukoon, this one, this little hat kind of a sign. So imagine there's a hat on top of the noon, not a stroke. The stroke goes away and it turns into this hat. So how do you read it then?
Al-mizan.
Excellent. Al-mizan.
Al-mizan.
Excellent. And I want you to read this one as well. Start with this lil. Lil.
Lil nam.
Okay, yes, excellent. So you've already read it with the waqf. Without the waqf, how do you read the meme?
Lil anam.
Lil anami.
Lil anami.
Excellent. Well done. Let's see. Can you read this? This is also starts with al.
Al-akmar. Mom.
Yes. So with pause, al-akmam. And now without pause,
Al-akmam.
no, without pause, you read it with the
Al-akmam.
al-akmami.
Al-akmami.
Yes, excellent. So remember that when you're making a pause, the stroke underneath or on top, that goes blank, so it just vanishes, and instead you need to imagine this sukoon, and but that only happens if you want to make a pause there. But if you want to carry on reading, then nothing happens and they stays the same, and you just read it the way it's written. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I hope that made it a little bit clearer, and I think you've done really well, mashallah, so you don't need to feel scared or shy. Tomorrow's lesson, please raise your hand all by yourself if the teacher asks you to, or asks who wants to read, and don't feel shy anymore, okay?
Okay.
Okay, excellent. Jazakumullah, assalamu alaikum. I want to put some of the students that I put in the waiting room, I want to put them back in because they have been there for a while and they still haven't changed their ID. So I will just find that student that I've just put on again. Okay, so Sabiha or Sabih A5177, I don't know if you can hear me, but you don't seem to have a mic. So in case you can hear me, please change your name, because if you sign in with the wrong name, I will have to put you in the waiting room next time. Now I'm not sure if you can hear me, so I will leave you in the class for now. But you need to you don't need to write Sabih, just A5177 is fine. And the other student is this one, A5132. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Yes, can you hear me?
G.
Yes, okay. I just want to say that, do you know why I put you in the waiting room?
Yes.
Yeah, why did I do that?
Arrow, I've never been chosen.
Yes, and yet you didn't try to change your ID. Why was that? Did you like it in the waiting room?
I thought something happened to the phone.
Okay, so do you think you can change that now? Otherwise, I'll have to put you back in.
Okay.
Yes? Okay, excellent. Jazakumullah. Right. So I would like to continue with the way that we have been choosing students. If you have read today, please lower your hand. And if you've never had the mic or only once, then you can keep your hands up. And I will choose the next student. I would like to choose an Asra. Let's see. Assalamu alaikum. N6154. Assalamu alaikum. N6154. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So have you understood what I've just explained?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So can you please start with reading Bismillah, and then I want you to start with this word right here, please.
Bismillah. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim.
This one. So first I want you to read it. Read it first like it's written with the stroke on top of the lam, and then read it with a pause after this word, okay?
Banajlu.
Can you try again?
Banajlu.
Wanakhlu. Excellent. And how do you read it if you make a pause? How do you read it when there's a waqf after the lam? Can you read it?
Banajlu.
Wanakhl, like that. So this dhamma turns into a sukoon.
Banajlu.
Yes. Can I just ask you, how old are you?
6.
Are you 6? You're 6?
Yes.
And you have finished reading the first, have you read the Holy Quran once, all of it?
Yes.
Okay. So that's very good, mashallah. So can you please read this word? Yes, so you've already applied the sukoon, the waqf, well done. And I think you've read it with qalqala as well. So with waqf, bil qist. And without waqf, how do you read it in continuation?
Bil qist.
No, if you don't make a pause here, if you wanted to carry on reading, how would you read this though?
Bil qisti wala.
Yes, excellent, mashallah. Bil qisti. Okay, can you read this word, please? Start with the al.
Al
Yes.
Nisan.
Try again.
Al Mi.
Yes. This is a za.
Mi. San.
Okay, yes. And how do you read it without making pause?
Al Mizana.
Excellent. Okay. And I think we will try one more for you, and then I will choose somebody else. Can you read this word, please?
Lil Anam.
Okay. Lil anam. And without waqf?
Lil Anam.
No. If you carry on reading without waqf, how do you read it?
Lil Anami fi.
Okay. Lil anami, like that. You don't need to read the next word, but as if I just want to know what you would do with the meme. if you were to continue reading afterwards. So well done. I think you have understood the works. Your inshallah, your fluency will come. The more Quran you read, the more practice you will get, and inshallah you'll get more fluent. So just keep practicing every day and keep reading every day, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Jazakumullah. And I'm going to choose a tifl now. Let's have a look who I haven't chosen yet today. Assalamu alaikum. I can't unmute. Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
A5138, is that you? A5138, is that your ID?
No, it's N6139.
Is your brother not there?
Yeah, he is, but he's been chosen. I haven't.
Oh, he has been chosen, but you haven't. Have you been chosen or not?
He said no.
Sorry, can you just repeat what you just said? Are you still there?
No.
Assalamu alaikum.
He said
Assalamu alaikum. I can't hear you properly.
Okay, I was just saying, can you just repeat what you said? Have you or you haven't had the mic yet?
I've had it once, but my brother's had it more times.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right, that's fine. So I will I will choose you in that case. Can you just tell me your ID again?
N6139.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So please start with Tasmiyah, and can you please read this word? Can you start with Bismillah, please?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم no, wait.
Yes.
Al-Akmami.
Okay, good. So this, you can see there is alif here, and there is a fatha that comes beforehand. When those two things happen, that means that this is an alif of prolongation, and you need to prolong this meme for 2 seconds. Can you read this again, please?
Al-Akmami.
Okay, good. Now I want you to read it with waqf. If you want to make a pause, how do you say it?
Al-Akmam.
Okay, good. And this one?
Al-Asfi.
And with waqf?
Al-As.
Yes. So it's a bit difficult to change from the sod to the fa, but I think I heard it right. Al-asf, like that.
Yeah.
And one more, this one?
Al-Asf.
This one.
All right. Ar-Rayhanu.
And with waqf?
Ar-Rayhana.
That sounded like ar-rayhana, but this turns into a sukoon, not fatha.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, did you say that? Oh, sorry. Can you say that one more time then, please?
Ar-Rayhana.
Okay. Ar-rayhan, like that.
Okay.
One more time.
Ar-Rayhan.
Okay, yeah, that was good. That was excellent. Okay, well done, mashallah. I'm going to mute you now. Jazakumullah.
Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum. Okay, so as you know that we're running out of time, I think we have time for one more student and then we'll have to finish the class. And I will just quickly choose a different that I hope we haven't had so many times yet. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. What's your ID?
A5137.
A5137. Okay, so start with Bismillah, please, and shoot off with this word.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Yes, this word.
No. Okay.
No. Shh. Sorry.
To to tukadiban
Tukadhibani.
tukadibani
And now with pausing, how do you say this?
tukadiban
So this kasra turns into a sukoon.
tukadiban
Tukadhiban.
tukadiban
Yes. Can you read this one, please? Next one. Al.
kal
Name al. Say al.
al in sana
Excellent. And with pausing.
al in san
Al-insan.
al insan.
Okay. And one more for practice, and then I'll mute you, which is this one. This one, please.
Tukaziban
This is a vertical fatha, so you need to prolong this for 2 seconds.
tukaziban
Tukadhiban.
tukaziban
And without pausing.
tukazibin
Tukadhibani.
tukazibani.
Okay, good. Well done. Jazakumullah, I'm going to mute you now. Remember that you'll get more fluent as the more you read, the more fluent, inshallah, you will get. So keep practicing and don't give up. I would like to choose one last student to read the prayer at the end of the class with me. And I think I'm going to choose a girl. Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me? Okay, I think I've already had you today. So I will choose N6165. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
N6165. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I want you to please read the dua at the end of the class. I didn't open it before because my files freeze if there are too many open. So I will close this one and I will go on to this. Do you want to read this yourself or you want to repeat after me?
Can I repeat after you, please?
Yes, okay. So please repeat after me. Allahumma arhamni.
Allahumma arhamni
bil Qur'anil azim.
bil Qur'anil azim.
Waj'alhu li
Waj'alhu li imaman wa
nuran
wa
hudan wa rahmah. O Allah, have mercy on me through the great Quran.
Oh Allah, have mercy on me through the great Quran.
And make it for me the light, the leader, the light, the guidance, and the mercy.
And make it for me the leader, the light, the guidance, and the mercy.
Okay, Jazakumullah ahsan al jaza. And the class is finished. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.